Moving on, and talking about surprises. We need to talk about the Stone Techno Festival. Stone Techno Festival in Essen in Germany is taking place this weekend, I think, on the 12th, right? I think it's this weekend. So if you're going, I'm super jealous for those of you who are going to Stone Techno Festival, not this weekend, next weekend in Essen, Germany. I am so jealous of you guys that are going. If you're going there, please have fun for me. Enjoy it. Have a fucking blast, because that festival looks like an absolute banger. And they've actually dropped the lineup of who's playing. And god damn it, the lineup looks fucking crazy. So this is courtesy of their Instagram account, The Third Room. It says, we're thrilled to finally share the running order for all 3 days of the Stone Techno Festival 2024 at the UNESCO World Heritage Zollverein, however you say that word. We carefully considered the arrangement of the individual schedules and respective floors, focusing on musically curated stages and the unison concept to give you the full T3R experience. Which artists are your must see? The festival is selling out fast and will definitely be sold out in advance. To avoid regrets, get a ticket now before they're all gone. Link in bio. And they've got an entire lineup here for you to see. The lineup is fucking great. So to start off with, we've got Arthur Robert, we've got Bestie Hera playing, Ellen Alien, Freddie K back to back with the Lady Machine. That's going to be hard. I'm a big Freddie K critique and doubter, to be honest. I still haven't seen or felt the power of Freddie K performing live in certain venues. I need to go see him play all night at Forward, I think on July 20th. I'm really looking forward to that. That should be a fun one. But I'm still to be convinced about Freddie K. But I love the Lady Machine. So I'm assuming their styles would actually go well together. So that's a very good back-to-back combination there. At this other stage, you got Rosati playing, someone called Sandrine, Fireground Live, Stranger, and Ski Mask. Big up Ski Mask. New album just dropped from him actually recently. I need to listen to it. I think it's on Bandcamp. I don't think it's on Apple Music last time I checked. I don't think it's on Apple Music. I think it's a Bandcamp exclusive thing. But Ski Mask did actually drop a new album recently, or an EP. Yeah, it's not out yet. It's not. Oh, no, it is out. Or is that Resort? Or is that something else? Maybe it is out. Maybe it's the one I'm just seeing now, Resort. Maybe I'm fucking dumb. Yeah, maybe it's Resort. There's a new album that just dropped on the 12th, actually, called Resort. So maybe I got to check that out, actually. So big up Ski Mask. Then on another stage, we got Polognia playing. We got Nadia. How do you say that name? Nadia Struwig. We got Blawan returning. That should be fucking sick. And we've also got DVS1 playing. Absolutely mental. So Blawan and DVS1 following each other. Great fucking lineup. We got somebody called Aino playing back to back with Philo. DJ Aya back to back with THC. Sedef Adsi, who I'm a big fan of, and Hob Hobsy. That would be also awesome. On the Saturday, you've got who you got here? Vril, I'm a big fan of. Klar back to back with Dax J, that'll be fucking sick. SPF DJ is usually good in these type of settings. You got Blasha and Alat playing, Grace Dahl playing. You got Yanamaste that's playing. That'll be nice to see. Ben Sims, big up Ben Sims, UK family. DJ Nobu. Yo, Stone Techno Festival is looking fucking incredible. God damn. More Alien. Dr. Rubenstein back to back with Roy Perez. Ooh. Those of you who are going, you're so fucking lucky. This is such a good lineup. Young Marco, Berlin Track Servant, Berlin Track Servant back to back with Narcissus. I'm not sure who I'm not too sure who Berlin Track Servant is, but Narcissus I'm a big fan of. And then on the last day, you got Hasvat Informant back to back with Less Distress, Lachi playing Benjamin Damage. Anita back to back with Vel, YB, Yazus, Hyperactivist. I'm a big fan of D-Dan back to back with DJ Tool. That should be fucking great. Oh, the lineup is absolutely great. Oscar Mulero playing, absolute legend. Philippa Pasha playing, legend. Ila Kula playing. Estrella Borisma. I think she's actually got a set that came out recently on Boiler Room that you should actually check out. So that should be fucking cool. So I'm really fucking looking forward to seeing all these people playing. As you can see in the comments, everybody else is looking forward to it. Big up my guy, lifestyle.techno. I can't wait. well, whose genius idea was it? Was Client Agile at the same time, not to mention the other clashes, blah, blah, blah. So essentially I've heard good things about Stone Techno Festival, to be completely honest. The only bad thing I've heard about it is that the arrangement and the sound can be a little bit shitty. I think last time as well, they had like a flash flood. I think last year there was some flooding that happened that people weren't too happy about. But I think apart from that, it's always got rave reviews and people have always kind of spoken really glowingly about it. So I think it's one of the good ones out there. I really do think it's one of the good ones. But there is actually a video here I want to play of an after movie from 2023 that kind of features some of the people that will be playing. Oh no, this just gives you an idea on the vibe and Wagwan over there. That would be a good thing to play, to see Wagwan and see what the vibe is and kind of get myself excited for it, even though I'm fucking not going. Cause like, I'm absolutely gutted I'm not going, to be completely honest. And that's one of the worst things about, you know, having a podcast and talking about these type of things. You end up checking out festivals and shit, and even though I'm not on Instagram anymore, you still end up getting FOMO because you're checking all these things out and, you know, reporting on the fucking announcements of the lineups and who's playing and timetables and all that malarkey. So it is what it is, I guess. But this is an after movie of Stone Techno Festival from last year to give you an idea of the vibe and the atmosphere over there.
There's nothing better in Germany, I would even say in Europe. So I'm here for the second time. And
hey, man, like Patrick Mason. Wagwan Patrick. Wagwan the diva. Patrick the diva, the big dog.
it is even better than last year, and I'm excited to play later on the closing.
Honestly, also the crowd is the best crowd that I see in the festival. Also for
Hey, Freddie K, there he is, the man, the myth, the legend.
For the dimension of the festival.
I thought the crowd were really responsive. They were really vibing on the dance floor and giving me a lot of energy. I felt like I was right there with them.
Because you're there, because you are right there with them. They're right behind you.
Everything is more human. It's not these huge things. You can feel that it's a techno festival. It's in Germany, so very open-minded, the people.
It really is like the type of thing that I'll remember until the day I die.
Yeah, big up Narcissus. Oh, I'm glad I saw an older person there. I saw an older lady there. I'm glad I saw that. I'm not too sure if that's an accurate representation of Stone Techno Music Festival, because I feel like it's mostly filled with like millennials and Gen Zs and shit. But I did see an older lady there. I honestly think festivals benefit a lot by having a more broader range of people going, especially ages. I think club nights are different, but I think festivals really benefit from having different age ranges going. They kind of add to the overall vibe. I think when it's just full of people the same age as you, it kind of just makes it like any other club. It doesn't really make it special. It doesn't, like, all the interactions that you like to have randomly at festivals, bumping into like people at the toilet, at the bar, where you go get your food, whatever, on the way there. It's made more richer when you have a bit more of a range in terms of ages. But I don't know why it seems like the older folks don't really tend to go to, you know, techno music festivals anymore like they did in the past. Maybe people have moved on, or they decided to, you know, swap fucking dance music festivals for actual festivals with bands playing. Because again, if you're older, why would you go to a fucking techno festival? You'd rather maybe go to Glastonbury and actually hear actual real musicians playing on the stage and shit, as opposed to some person DJing and some kid doing fucking massive slug rails of fucking ketamine off their phone. You know, it's probably more sophisticated to go see a band. But I would rather like to see more. I would actually prefer to see more of a range in terms of the people that go to music festivals. But you know, maybe that's something that can happen in the future.
What I expected was a normal stage, like a stage.
Big up NJ Ranger in the chat. Lots of Euro style babes. When you mean Euro style babes, do you mean like uglies? Do you mean like a acquired taste? Because I don't know, I don't go to these things. Some people are different, but I've never gone, even though, you know, I'm a married man with a family, you know, I have a wife and a husband and several kids. But being a married man with a family, I honestly have never ever gone, even when I was a single man without a family, without a dog and a pet and loads of kids. I never went to a dance music event trying to hook up. It's really strange. Maybe something might have happened one or two times, but I never went with the intention of trying to get numbers or whatever. It's always for the music, always for the vibes. And to be really honest, to be actually honest, and to really sound GAY, I went to those events mostly for the mandem, to find quote unquote friends, to a community, people to kind of, you know, swap tunes with and recommend sets with and shit. And, you know, to the point where I'd go to these things and be a loser. This is how much of a loser I was back in the day. Now I'm not really trying to seek approval, or I'm not trying to be such a people pleaser now anymore. But back in the day, I'd legitimately buy menthol cigarettes just so I could stand in a smoking area and get chatting to fucking strangers and maybe add them on Instagram and see if we could be friends and shit. So it was never really about the gals, unfortunately, for me. So I missed out on all that. Big up Kyle Coilo's on the chat. Wild one.
Stage and the crowd and everything, and then I come here and people all around me.
The stage was in the middle of the dance floor.
Rodhide.
Which
Oh,
was
big
really
up Rodhide.
cool, surrounded by the people and in the sweet spot of the sound system.
I love this configuration because you can really fully connect with the crowd. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's perfect. Yeah, it's really, really enjoyed it.
It was really intimate and really cool people from all over the world, let's say. There was like people from France, from Italy, Poland, Holland, and all around. Yeah, it was nice.
All around the world, he names only European countries and only white people. You gotta love fucking Marcel Dietman. I have friends from all around the world: Italy, Germany, Spain, Ukraine, Russia, all around the world.
When I started playing, the people were there like really into it, and then the intense, it was more intense and intense every time.
It's super cool to connect with.
Every single person's wearing black in this video, innit? Not a single person's wearing color. Everyone's wearing fucking black. That's one of the only things. This is a slight pushback when it comes to my dance music people, right? I go to a lot of parties. I go to a lot of things. But something that always grew up, I used to hate, and it's something that I've hated since I was young. When I first got into hardcore, when I first got into punk and shit, listening to it when I was a kid, shit, listening to metal, one of the things I used to hate when I used to go to like the Camden Underworld venue and see bands play and shit, right? Or maybe see Nile play for the first time and all this malarkey, right? One of the things I used to hate was when I used to roll up and you could tell from when you left the station who was going to that venue to go and see a band play, because they'd have the standard garb on it you'd see any metalhead wearing. And I feel it was really lame to look like a metalhead, because it's almost similar to like looking like you like hip-hop. Like what? Big baggy trousers and fat laces on your shoes and a hoodie and a rope chain. It's just as lame and as corny to be wearing an attire so people know that you're into a certain type of music. So whenever I go to like techno events and shit, I used to hate seeing people in like harnesses and bondage and PVCs and chokers and shit, and just all this like weird cyberpunk fucking aesthetic going on just because they think that's what techno is about. And it's like, bro, why don't you just wear a red jumper? Why don't you wear like a yellow t-shirt? Why is everybody wearing black? Why is everyone looking so sad? Why is everyone dancing the same way? Where's the individuality? God damn it.
Crowd in like such a historic.
That's what I'm thinking. Actually, I might actually go to the next few parties. Maybe if you see me in Fold, I might actually wear the same thing that Ye has been wearing recently. I might go like Ye. I might go all white. I might turn up to Fold in the next few days at an Unfold and maybe at the fucking next Freddie K event, just wearing all white, just to kind of break the monotony of the black. And I might be the only person in the queue. I might be the blackest guy in the queue wearing all white. That's almost symbolic. There's almost like a symbolism. There's almost some sort of like deeper meaning to me being in a very white queue, wearing all white, but being the blackest man alive. That's very important to cut through the noise, because everybody in this video legitimately looks the same.
Play super open-minded. I felt like we could really.
The venue itself is fucking crazy though. The venue allegedly it's an old it's a mining plant, all right? It's a mining power plant or something. Heritage site. It looks fucking incredible. It's a type of venue, location-wise, that would definitely get redeveloped into horrible modern apartments and shitty glass and steel buildings, right? And really corny cafes. That's what it'd get converted to. But in other places in Europe, they maintain and preserve these sites and transform them into these open-air places where people can do festivals. But in London, this would get all leveled and they'd build fucking horrible apartments that no one can afford.
Like go wherever I wanted to go when I was playing.
It was really unbelievable experience, surrounded by this beautiful crowd in this industrial environment. It was just the day to remember.
Nice crowd, really nice. It's really important having a good mixture of people.
The crowd was amazing.
Yeah, so to be fair, everyone does say the crowd is pretty good, and I don't know, maybe it's just European festivals, maybe it's Europeans in general, but they seem to be way up, they seem to be more up for it. I feel like London festivals, the DJs really have to work hard to get the crowd going. They don't really come, or maybe because they're already steaming, they've already done too many fucking drugs at the Airbnb or at the hotel, and they're already fucking, you know, already hanging. But I feel like when I've been to a European festival, I feel like people are ready to have fun. They've gone there and they're really ready to kind of give it their all and leave it all on the fucking dance floor, which is great. As a performer, it must be really cool to feel that energy and see people that are really receptive to, you know, shaking their fucking moneymaker. Many whites, isn't it? Many whites. Not that it matters, by the way. Not that it matters. I know I always point this out. Many Caucasians, but because I'm usually out and usually fucked when I'm outside and don't really pay attention to people, I don't really notice it. But when you watch videos of like club nights and festivals, you realize, rah, man, this scene I'm in, there's a lot of white people in it. This scene I'm a part of, it's very dominated by whites, isn't it? It's no surprise that these guys get annoyed and pissed off when you play as a black and you maybe insert a couple of like, you know, some rap edits of like techno, just some techno edits or rap tunes and shit. They get offended. Or if you play a pop track with a bit of a chorus, they get fucking annoyed. No wonder, innit? Because it's typically only a certain type of sound and look that they are mostly used to. So that's why I actually pull up to fucking Freddie K. Fold wearing all white or all red or something and just kind of break up the fucking monotony that we see here. But yeah, what can you do? Oh, I see. Oh, that's good. That was the most diversity I've seen so far. I saw a couple of black girls. I saw a black boy there. That was pretty nice. Well done to Stone Techno Festival for, you know, sprinkling in some minorities there. Well gone to my minorities. The less said about Lawcroft, the better. Don't want to be rude, so let's continue.
Unity like never before. The energy rise so high when I came.
Yo, big up Dasha Rush, legend.
Crazy.
The feedback was really nice and they were screaming. I loved it.
The energy is wild like last year, but I think the weather definitely kicks it up a notch. We have crazy artists.
That's the whitest thing. I'm never going in a fucking swimming pool with techno people. Could you imagine the ket farts, the coke pisses, the MDMA saliva in there? Oh, that looks like the pool at Kit Kat. If you've been to Kit Kat in Berlin, you know Wagwan. If you've ever been to Kit Kat in Berlin, you know about that pool. You know how rancid that pool is. That looks like the pool at fucking Kit Kat or the pool at Shoreditch House. If you know, you know. Ugh, I'm never going in there. Never. Never. Some people are wearing their literal. Is she wearing like a bra or like is that a bikini top? I'd imagine there'd be people there that probably don't even bring their bathing suits and just wear their underwear. There'll be some ratchet people there just wearing their underwear. That's the type of whites that there are. Just be some girl into her lingerie just swimming in this pool. It's like, bro, why are you in here in your lace lingerie? There'll be a guy swimming there in these fucking Calvin Kleins. No, thank you.
We have crazy artists playing today as well. Lots of my friends are playing, so it's like a family reunion, so it feels very wholesome at the same time.
And we went crazy. This location.
I think I might have to do a couple of push-ups as well. I saw a couple of mandem with some crazy defined chesters. That's actually funny, by the way, when I found out that a lot of people in techno do steroids. I never knew this because I'd be going to Berghain. I remember going to Berghain especially the last few times when it reopened after the pandemic. I remember it kind of hit me for the first time. I was like, God damn it. There's a lot of like really buff dudes in here. Like when I mean buff, I mean like Yoel Romero buff, like, and they're white. Cause that's really odd. You don't usually see Yoel Romero yoked looking white dudes, but they are wham, like legitimately like 3D bodies. Like their chests are fucking look like they're built in fucking Roblox. And then somebody had to inform me, blood motherfucker, these guys aren't doing push-ups and eating fucking kale. They're doing roids. I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. Cause like, how are these guys like, you know, doing all these drugs and drinking all the time and looking at the way they do? Like it's impossible. How's that possible? How can you look this ripped and defined? I was like, oh yeah, it's the steroids. Naive Agosino strikes again.
location is outstanding.
The location is insane. I've never seen a location like this.
The venue is amazing. It breathes techno, you know.
Yeah, the place is amazing. And I'm really happy that we didn't get cancelled because of the rain.
The minute I arrived, it started raining. All right, everyone has to leave. Everything is cancelled.
Yeah, so this was I guess this was the disappointing part of the festival. It rained really badly, flash floods, and they had to cancel half of the day. I think people were going crazy in the comments, like really leaving some bad replies. So I think this was one of the worst bits people said last year. So let's see how they handled it actually.
And then the message slowly started to spread like, hey, we're gonna actually start up again. And seeing a wall of people run towards the stage, it's like an image that I'll probably never forget for the rest of my life.
And then the moment it restarted, it's like a triple excitement from everybody.
To be fair, that's the only place you could get away with this. European people don't give a fuck. Like, they should have never cancelled it. When it rains, people are going to be even more on it. Just make sure you get something to cover the decks, and people are going to rave in the rain. No one's going to go home. They're there to party. They're at a festival. They want to have a good time. Like, they should have just left it on anyway. I don't know why they decided to turn people away. That was a dumb decision. But regardless, it created a good moment for socials and shit. Good bit of video content. So big up big up Shades Cow in the chat. What's Shades Cow saying in the chat? Are these people cool? I don't know. I don't go to like parties. I don't know. Maybe, no, let's say I say the people at the people at these parties are probably cooler than the DJs. I think people get too enamored and too hell bent and attached to the idea of being friends with which I never understood, by the way. I never understood the whole like DJ worship thing. I understand liking them as an artist, but some DJs, especially the ones that I've met unfortunately on socials or had my interactions with, most of them are cunts. I don't know why. I don't know what there is. I don't know what the correlation is between being a DJ and being a cunt. Maybe it's because it's such an easy profession, similar to like stand-up comedy. A lot of them kind of think way too much of themselves, so sometimes it's better to just kind of look at them as an artist, look at them as a DJ, but then go to the party for the people, because the people that you meet at festivals and shit, you meet at parties legitimately, and not to be like, soapy and shit, but you can meet some legit friends for life. You can meet some people that you will eventually travel the world with, start businesses with, start families with, live with and shit. Like, you can meet some actually legends of people from all around the world at these places. If you're just in it for the music, in it for the vibes, you're not trying to be involved and try and be a scene hopper, ladder climber and shit. You're just in it just to kind of hang out and have a good time, because I've always said, like, one of the things that I love about being into this sort of scene and shit is that as an adult, it's fairly difficult to meet new people and make new friends. So club nights, although it's very destructive, although it's very distracting, although it can be a little bit self-indulgent, what you do find is that you can sometimes have the ability to connect and meet people that you might end up being friends with. And it's rare that happens in your adult age. Usually you're kind of locked in with your family, you're locked in with your friends, you got your work, you might be busy, there's no time to socialize. So clubbing, especially with me DJing as I do sometimes, gives you the ability to meet loads of different people, and sometimes those people can go on to be lifelong friends. So if you go to the party for the people, you'll find loads of cool people. If you go to the party to be friends with DJs, you might find a lot of cunts. But all in all, I think you'll have a good time when you go to these places. I think you'll have a good time. I think it's good to kind of just to see Wagwan, really, the vibe and shit, especially some of these electronic music festival things. They're not the best places to enjoy the music. Maybe you should go to clubs, but I feel like if you don't want to get fucked up and you don't want to go crazy with the drugs and a drink, maybe a good place to enjoy electronic music is a festival, because you get to kind of go in the daytime, you get to kind of find your corner and just enjoy the show, enjoy all the fucking displays and production that they go into doing and shit. It can be quite fun, I'm not gonna lie. It can be really, really fun. So I recommend you check it out if you are that way inclined. I'm gonna play a couple of clips actually from last year's that I've actually pulled some clips of DJs absolutely destroying it last year. One particular one I'm gonna play is a clip featuring Renee Wise at Stone Techno Festival last year. One of my favorite DJs, one of my favorite producers, an absolute legend legend, an absolute fucking wizard behind the fucking decks. He played there last year at Stone Techno Festival. It was streamed directly at this channel, on this channel, YouTube channel called Art Concert. I'm sure some of you guys know it. I think it's a German channel, or maybe it's a French, I'm not too sure. Regardless, they live streamed his set. He fucking destroyed, and this is a section that I really did enjoy, so I'm gonna play this for you. This is Rene Wise last year at the Stone Techno Festival. Let's go. One thing you have to give Stone Techno Festival credit for, I like how they don't try to replicate the club feel at the festival. It does still feel festivally, if that makes sense. I know it doesn't kind of maybe come across in what I'm saying, maybe if you see it more in the video, but sometimes some festivals I feel like try to replicate what a club looks like in a festival, where I feel like you should try to embrace the open air, unorthodox nature of a festival and try to make that shine. And you get a lot of it here, with a lot of the lights, with the back bit being open there and not being covered, with loads of the lights around this back of it, so it kind of lights up. You see a lot of quote unquote depth, as Brendan would say, in the back, or the LEDs around some of the fixtures and shit, the space around it. It fucking feels really cool, really airy, really light, loads of space. You can actually be at the front sweating your ass off, or you could be at the sides just chilling, smoking the doobie, watching Rene Wise absolutely tear it apart. I love it. Yeah, you can't hate on that, man. Absolutely incredible. Good little vibe there. Absolutely loved everything about that mix. Absolutely loved how much he was showing off there, mixing on 4 fucking turntables at the same time. Absolutely destroying that little room there with his hypnotic, menacing, downright scary brand of techno. Absolutely fucking love that. And I'm going to play a last clip for you here, courtesy of last year's event, that features the one and only Anita. And this is a good one because it shows you what it looks like in the daytime. This is Anita playing last year at the Stone Techno Music Festival, so you get an idea of what it looks like in the daytime. It's a fucking great little vibe there, and she absolutely tears it apart as well in this particular section that I pulled from the mix that she did, live streamed directly on Art channel, that you can find it on the RT concert channel on YouTube. Find the whole thing on there, but she tore it up as well, so big up Anita as well. Great to see. Absolutely as well. This is a little detail that I like. I'm not the biggest fan of like DJ booth culture and it turning into the new de facto VIP spots, but if you're gonna try and push that whole thing of everyone standing behind a DJ and wanting to feel like they're part of the set and make it into the VIP place and the cool place to be and shit, you still need to give the DJ, the person that's performing, space to perform. You need to give them respect to have their room to do their thing without everybody being on top of them. So I like what they did at that Soul Music Festival. They've got this kind of fence basically, right? They've got a fence around the DJ where you can obviously stand and see what they're doing right there. You can still be in that space behind the booth where you feel a little important, but the DJ has all this space to move around and not be encumbered by people and their bags and their fucking hugs and their air kisses and them stealing drinks from their rider and shit. This is all reserved for them and their friends in this particular area. I guess maybe this person, Anita, knows or something, but I like how this complete space is dedicated only to the people performing. That's actually good. So you got the best of both worlds. You got people here trying to act all like they're involved, and you got the DJ here with all the space that they need to do what they need to do. So big up Stone Techno Festival for implementing such an easy solution there. Big up Coil in the chat. Let that track go, you little freak. Exactly. It honestly must be such a pleasure, honestly. One of the probably amazing things about being a professional DJ, apart from the, the non-stop lifestyle of being around, traveling around the world, playing music and stuff in all these beautiful locations and different clubs and festivals around the world and shit, and catching with all your fans, must be the fact that you get to play on equipment that works. It must be such a pleasure, right? Because I'm so used to legitimately, whenever I play in these shitty little venues that I play at, sometimes the entire mixer doesn't work. Maybe one channel works on the mixer. Maybe the fucking pitch control on one deck doesn't work. Maybe one deck doesn't take USB. So you have to just like try and play it all from one turn to like it. Honestly, there's never been a time where I've played in a bar or a club where there hasn't been some sort of weird issue with the equipment. But it must be so nice to play at a festival and have, like, I wouldn't say brand new equipment, but equipment that just works. You can just plug and play and just slap it on and just keep going, as opposed to like having to figure out how you're going to make an adjustment to make the fact that this particular deck, the CDJ option doesn't work well, so you have to choose. It's like, oh yeah. That must be such a fucking pleasure, such a fucking good place to be, where you roll up, the equipment's already set up for you, you don't have to set it all up yourself, and it all fucking works. What an absolute pleasure. So big up Stone Techno Festival. Tickets still available now. Check them out if you're that way inclined. I think they're still available anyway, if I'm not mistaken. They did mention they were available. Let me actually see. I think they're still available on RA. But if you check RA, I'm sure you'll be able to find festival tickets for them still. It's pretty well priced last time I checked, considering it's for 3 days, Friday to Sunday. A pretty decent lineup of people performing and shit. So it's actually pretty nice. Actually, tickets are not on RA. Tickets are on another website. What's the tickets website? Oh, it's actually on their own dedicated website. They don't actually have their tickets hosted on RA for once. Usually everybody has their tickets hosted on RA, especially festival ones, but I guess they want to do things a bit different. They've got the lineup obviously on RA if you want to check that out. The lineup is available on RA. Some of the dates are already sold out, as you can see there, but you got a lineup breakdown over there on what RA is saying. Blah blah blah. But they've actually got the tickets only available on their own dedicated website. So let's see what their prices are saying here. Full weekend, that's a pretty good deal, I'm not gonna lie. For Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 160 euros is pretty decent, especially considering Essen isn't Berlin, so it's way cheaper as well. So like, drinks and shit, and I'm assuming everything else, all the adult treats also be maybe a little bit more cost effective. So 160 euros isn't too bad, to be fair, for 3 days of Techno Festivals, and then 70 euros each for the day passes and shit. Friday day pass, Sunday day pass, blah 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 blah. They've also got a shuttle service you can use as well, so pretty decent. I actually like the fact that it's not camping as well. It's actually just a festival in a place. So you go for the day, you leave, go home, go home. But I guess people are saying that the only bad thing is that there's not a lot of good after parties. But I don't know about you, but I think, maybe it's a good thing there's no after parties. You get a chance to kind of wind down and then come back the next day, because it does start quite early. It starts at 1 p.m. You know what I mean? So after you've finished and wind down and shit, by the time you get home, it's probably going to be 4. By the time you actually get to bed, you might actually only get to bed at 9. So it's actually a good thing that there's no after party, so you get a chance to relax and recharge your batteries and hit the town again once everything gets started again. So big up Stone Techno Festival. It looks fucking fun. Hopefully one day I shall go.